It's the Quiet Storm on V103. I'm your host, Joyce Littel, and it gives me great pleasure to sit across from an artist that I have admired ever since he's been on the scene. And when I have these moments, it just makes me extremely excited. I've been in this business for a very long time. And when you can sit across from a Grammy-nominated, platinum-selling, very handsome man, then pardon me if I lean to the left a little bit, but I want to welcome to the Quiet Storm and on the V103 YouTube channel, KEM.
Thank you. I love that. Look, and that voice. What's happening with the voice? The voice, right? That's, oh my God, it's such a pleasure to be here with you today, Joyce.
You know, the pleasure is all mine. KEM, I've been in radio for 42 years.
Yeah.
And I've been on the Quiet Storm on V for 30. Okay. So I've been with you for a very long time. I've been wanting to say that, like. And you know, and we were talking earlier. That's the joy of this business.
Yes.
Is one, that we get a chance to meet the artists that we play.
Yes.
And two, once we meet them and see that their soul and their genuineness, not just in their music, but it's in their person. Yeah. It just warms my heart. So thank you for being the talented artist that you are and being the person that you are.
Well, thank you again. Yeah.
You know, you're a sharp guy. Always have been, ever since I've seen you. Where did your sense of style come from?
My sense of style came from my parents not rushing to buy us the latest and greatest, right? So we'd be in middle school, and our kids would be wearing whatever the name brand was of the day, and we would be in Tough Skins, you know, from in the pads down. There ain't nothing wrong with that, but you know, they would tease me so bad, you know, in school that you know, once I got a couple of dollars, I tried to make it a point to always, you know, always look good. That's the first thing. We talk about the inside job and what's going on the inside, and people and your character and your integrity and all of that is important. But the first thing they see, that's the first impression.
Exactly.
Right. So when you walk in the room, you know, looking good. So thank you.
I remember my first impression. He's cute. He's sharp. You know, as I mentioned, I'm country. He's sharp. He's cute. Yeah. But that whole style is backed up within your music. So you've built a career, you know, on heartfelt, timeless R&B and soul. How has your songwriting, since we've known you since Chemistry, first hit, evolved since your debut?
That's a great question. You know, they say that the artist's first album takes a lifetime to write. You know, and I would say that that's true with the Chemistry album. I think that I have always strived to be authentic in my music. Thematically, I'm always talking about love. I'm always talking about faith. I'm always talking about redemption. The themes, the topics have not changed because those topics are so. I'm so endeared to them. They're such, you know, they're the fabric of our lives, and they're really the fabric of all of our lives. And I don't think that I look at what I do. I'm not just an entertainer. You know, we, and I'd say we, meaning everybody that works with me and on my behalf. We're doing ministry. You know, carrying this message of love through music. And you know, I'm grateful that I've been around to keep on doing that, you know, up until today.
Yeah, because I was going to ask, your music often speaks to love. Yeah. It speaks to healing. It speaks to hope. Are these themes coming from, as you sort of mentioned, personal experiences in your life?
Yeah, love, hope, and faith. Those are the tent poles, you know, of my life. You know, were it not for me feeding into those things and receiving from those things and looking to those things, you and I would not be having this conversation. It's the foundation of my life.
And those things will go on in your life, hopefully, for years to come.
Yeah.
Hope will for years to come.
Yeah.
Love for years to come. Healing and all of those things for years to come. Knowing that, how do you fit those in an era of music now?
For me, it's easy because it's the, I was telling someone earlier today, it's easy for me because I'm just being myself. I think that as a songwriter and as a performer, what comes from the heart speaks to the heart. Anytime I stray from that, it's a fumble. So it's really important to just for me to stick with what I know and stick with what feeds me and what those things that I aspire to. Yeah.
Have anything ever been challenging to you to write about or to sing about or to even speak? Because if you have ever gone to a KEM concert,
Yeah.
you're going to talk to us. You're going to sing to us. You're going to entertain us. But you're also going to talk to us.
Yeah.
Have anything ever been difficult?
I think that you asked, is it difficult sometimes to write, or if there are things that are that I find difficult to say. I make, as you mentioned, I make no bones about speaking about my faith from the stage, and I've been doing that since from day one. And from time to time, there is pushback, or I'll hear murmurings of I don't read comments, and I don't get into but every once in a while there'll be a glimpse into the window of someone's mind who would rather me just sing and not speak on these things. But again, I look at what I do as ministry, and when I'm speaking those things, I'm speaking the truth, and the truth has to stand whether the audience is with you, or not. And as long as I'm speaking the truth, I'm in the right place.
But I think that brings about authenticity too.
Yeah.
It's when you can speak your truth and sing your truth, then whoever gets the pleasure of receiving it, how we receive it, it's pretty much on us.
Right. Yeah, it's important to come from a place of authenticity. And when I'm on stage, and the best mindset for me to be in when I'm on stage is when I realize that it's an act of service. Mm-hmm. So when I'm talking, I'm not just talking to be talking. Mm-hmm. I'm talking intentionally with the purpose of hopefully penetrating somebody's heart in the audience. In the songs, on stage, I'm trying to affect change and affect hope in people's lives, whatever, even this to me is being an act of service to the listeners. Maybe I say something that helps pull somebody through their darkness. So I don't take it lightly.
As a person that plays your music on the radio and listens to the music as I play, and what you just said about how it is received through people is very important. And I'm glad that when you're putting pen to paper, that you're thinking about your life and how your life has been affected, but how it moves the ear, how it moves the person.
Yeah, for sure. Every line, right? Every line is important. When I write a line, it's like, how is that going to fall? Exactly what am I trying to say? Does it line up with my values? Does it, is this the proper perspective to have? So I'm really, really intentional about it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for being intentional. I appreciate it. I know some of your words have been healing to me, and some of your words have actually helped me stay married for 32 years.
Yeah,
just drop that song on. Back in the day, we used to use the language of music to help, share with our partners. Yeah. So you drop a KEM song, you got some words that you can.
You see, for all the brothers out there who may not have the words at the moment, there's a KEM record for you, right? Just go through the catalog and find one.
You said catalog, which means it's full.
Yeah.
out of all the songs that you have made and the ones that we will talk about that you are now, sharing with us, what has been your favorite? Which song just make you say, I'm about to give all this to them? They about to get all of this. Which one?
If I had there, I always say that Love Calls is precious because it's the one that set everything else in motion. But I mean, there's also Share My Life. There's also I Can't Stop Loving You. That a younger generation is that's resonating with a younger generation because they were. And I used to hate 25, 30-year-olds come up to me and tell me I grew up listening to you. But it's true,
It's true.
right? I mean, if you're 20, if you're 30 years old, 20 years ago, you were 20, you were 5, sitting in, the back of your mother's car or your parents' car on the way to school, and they were rocking KEM. Then you're familiar with those songs,
right?
And, so I'm not mad at it. But all the songs are like they're like children. Even the ones in the B cuts, that's what we used to, but the B sides, Human Touch and Can You Feel It? And, so yeah, there are a lot. But Love Calls is definitely precious.
Well, as soon as you part your teeth and start singing all of them, I love. Yeah. I mean, and I'm not saying this to blow you up, but it's really, really, really true. The last time I saw you, you were performing here in Atlanta at the amphitheater. I believe it was Stockbridge Amphitheater.
Yeah.
And I had invited my sisters to come and share that evening. And all of us was your background singers. The entire table from 70 on down.
Yeah.
They were singing your songs because your songs moved them.
Yeah.
So don't just know that my 29-year-old and 70-ish still love singing your music.
Yeah, thank you.
And we appreciate that as an artist to be able to grow with.
Yeah.
We truly appreciate that. So, you have given us some new music.
Yeah.
With all the music that you have played and you have sang that we love, then how do you say, okay, what can KEM bring them now?
Yeah.
What influences that?
It's always a surprise to me too.
Really?
I'm like, okay, there's another, it's it's a surprise to me too that that my musical journey and the inspiration and the creative side of it continues to blossom, and I don't sit down. I'm intentional about what I write, but I don't sit down intentionally saying I'm gonna write da 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 da, or I got a song idea and I'm gonna do da 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 da. It's like I sit down at the keyboard and literally wait for the miracle to happen. I'm waiting to find something musically that is intriguing to me, and then there's melody, and then the lyrics are the last thing to add. So, and I think, and my life has provided me with so many doors to take inspiration from. I'd spent how many years, in the business, probably 15, 16, 17 years, I was a single man. And now I'm married. And when I got married, I was like, how is this going to affect my writing? I wonder how this is going to affect my writing. And there's a whole new door has opened up, right?
Really?
Because I am, now all of these songs are, well, there are two things happening. All the songs that I've sung before feel like prayers to have brought my wife into my life today. And all of the songs that I write now are informed by the ebbing and flowing of our relationship, and telling that story and telling those stories of us and in a way that is beautiful. And there are also, messages to my wife. When I get in trouble, it's like I gotta.
Let me sing my way out of this.
So it continues to unfold, and I'm really, really excited about the new music. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the new music. Give My Love the inspiration.
Yeah, my creative partner, Rex Rideout, sent me a folder full of tracks, just instrumentals, and Give My Love was among them. And it really struck me. And really what it started out as for me was like an Afrobeat-esque vibe. And then as we continued to work on it, and he continued to hone in on what the vibe of the song would be musically, it became more of a Sade vibe. Who is like, people ask me like, well, who would you love to collaborate? She's at the top of the list. And it's a very spiritual song. It is Give My Love is really God's conversation to us, saying, I want to give my love to you. You don't even know who you are. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing for you. You don't have anything to be afraid of. So it's really that. But when you listen, the first listen, though, you're thinking about it from a romantic, intimate ballad, which it is. It is that too, but it's really seated in a very, very spiritual place, and it is the first single off of my rebirthed record label, Chemistry Records. So I'm really, really, really excited about that. Yeah.
Well, thank you for rebirthing and speaking. And this is why I also love having these conversations with artists, because we hear it. I've listened to it. I've seen, I know how it moved me. But to actually hear the words from the artist, saying, this is what this song is all about. Yeah. Now I have a totally different ear to it. Because KEM said this song was about this. And so when I get a chance to play this interview back on the radio, as well as put it up on our YouTube channel, people will hear that. They will hear, what Give My Love really, really, really meant when you were sitting down, writing it, and then performing it. Yeah. So thank you for the insight. Now, you got a new single that's going to drop as well. It's called Rock With Me. Now tell us about that one, and how would you describe the vibe of this track compared to your previous music?
Rock With Me fits like a hand in a glove with Love Calls and Can't Stop Loving You, and the serious KEM ballads. It is we're calling this internally, my team and I are calling this season a return to love, a return to the essence of the why I do this, and really returning to what has endeared people to me over the last, over 2 decades, and it's the ballad, and I like my grooves, and I like my collaborations with Wiz Khalifa and Rick Ross on records.
Oh, that was a bomb there. That Rick Ross one had the volume up to about 54.
Right, and I love all of those things and all of those different aspects of my musical self, but this Rock With Me is homage to why you dig KEM, right? It's coming with the same way that Luther would give us records, or Teddy would give us records, or Marvin would give us records. It's the cuddle season.
Yeah.
Right. It's you and your boo, me and my wife, it's that record, and it is definitely a return to all things KEM musically, and my hope is that you all dig it as much.
Why are you
as
taking
much
that
as I
on your
dig it.
shoulder?
Yeah.
Returning to love. Why is it so important to you right now?
Because that's where I'm supposed to be. That's where we're all supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's all we're looking. That's the only thing that's missing, right? And we're not just talking about, we're not just talking about relational love of boyfriend, girlfriend, husband and wife, the romantic side of it. We're talking about all of it, getting along with your fellow man, your neighbor, especially with all of the divisiveness that's in the country and in our communities today. So love is the antidote, for everything that needs healing in our world. So my hope is that I'm doing playing my small part, to help to bring about, the change that I want to see in the world.
I don't think we can take you any other way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like when you mentioned the Luthers and the Teddy Pendergrasses, and I've had the pleasure of meeting them in my career and even playing their music still.
Yeah.
We knew the expectation
Yeah.
of these artists and what it made and how it made us feel.
Right.
So I'm sorry, Kim. Yeah, you the it.
Yeah, for real. I received that because, and I was telling somebody the other day that, I don't hold myself in the same esteem as those artists, but I recognize that the people who are listening to my music, that's who they rock with. Mm-hmm. I have to come correct.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right? Y'all listening to Luther, you're listening to the Ron Isley, who's a friend of mine. You're listening to the greats. My people have listened to the greats, so I need to come correct. So my effort, I try to do that with every record.
Even when you partnered with Gregory Porter.
Oh yeah. Yes, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love Gregory Porter, but that little added Kim in there, it just took it to a whole nother level. Kim, we can go on and on and on because I have followed you in your music. So we got these two songs. Now, when are they going to land on an album?
We're looking at doing an album sometime in 26. The landscape of how people consume music and how artists release music and all of the vehicles that are available for the music to live have kind of taken the urgency away of having to put, a complete body of work together, which I still believe in, but I'm now being a bona fide independent artist. I'm flexing my independent artist muscles in the sense that when I have something hot, I like the fact that I can just give it to you. I don't have to wait until all the stars align corporately in order to make it happen. I can just give it to you. So if I got a hot record, you should have it in your hands, right?
Amen. On the 22nd, we're gonna rock with you, okay?
There you go.
So you talked about collaborations. You talked about future album. Who are some of the people that you in the future would like to collaborate with? Because the ones that you already have are great, but who are some of the other ones?
I would love to work with Sade. I'm putting that out there. I put that out there, and every time I'm asked that question, I love to working with Ronald Isley. I'm hoping that we can that I can do something else with him. And there are a host of young artists who are coming to October London.
Yes.
I'd like to do something with him. We have some shows coming up with Maxwell. There may be a KEM Maxwell record in the future. I can see that happening. So there's still a lot of ground to cover as far as collaborations are concerned.
When people hear Rock With You, what do you want them to leave with?
I want them to leave with. I want them to rock with me. Right? I want them to rock with me. I want rock with me to take you to that place with the love of your life, or the aspiration that you have for love in your life. I wanted to hit you like that. I wanted to hit you in a place that makes you go back to all the way to love calls. Right.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I wanted to hit you that way. I wanted to hit you like love calls hit you when you first heard it.
You've checked off a lot of boxes. I mean, platinum selling albums,
Yeah.
Grammy nominations, married, father.
Yeah.
Just check them off. With someone who have gotten so many accolades in your career, then what's next? What is it that you have not done that you would one day want to see happen?
I still feel like I'm just getting started. I feel like there's a lot more ground to cover. Yes, I've been nominated for a Grammy, and I'm happy about that, and I received that. But I want a trophy in my house. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Right, and I still want to make #1 records. I still want to make to have top selling albums. I'm still thirsty. In that regard. So I just want to keep. I want to be able to continue to do what I've been doing over the past couple of decades at a higher and higher level.
Your final words to the listeners and audience of V103. What would you like to leave them with?
Thank you. Thank you, V103, the People Station, for rocking with me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Keep playing your music, keep sending it out so I can keep a job.
There you go.
It's Kim on The Quiet Storm on V103.